Hey everybody, I am your favorite fairy, Kevin, with the hobnail boots on and the crazy attitude. And my friend
Uh,
here is.
Joanna, I am the unicorn with glitter everywhere. I can't get it out now anyway. And my mane is just full of sparkle and I fire rainbows. So there you go.
I think we decided that it's been a minute since we got on here and we jumped
Oh,
on this afternoon. And I've missed you, and
I've
we've missed
missed
all of
you
you.
and
Yeah.
we've missed everyone.
Yeah.
That's right.
Um, I don't think we had really a topic to talk about, although we could talk about every
I,
topic.
I, I can just say this, and I think everybody maybe has gathered this by now. Even when we do have a topic, we don't stick to it, which I think is okay.
Oh,
Uh,
we don't stick to, well, that's true. It's not stick to a plan. I like that though. We've
yeah.
said we're just curious about, oh, what's,
We
but I want to,
we
what have
yeah.
you been up to since the last time we did a video?
Well, I have been to North Carolina and back, and I helped my child Athena with some things, and I had such a wonderful time. The visit was amazing, and it's beautiful up there. I also um, had an infusion today. This is the third one that I've had, and we can talk about this. And it's
Okay,
just,
wet,
yeah,
an infusion. Like when I hear I had an infusion, that makes me wonder if someone didn't take some tea in a cup and start infusing it with God knows what. That's not what you mean. You mean,
well, okay, let's go back to the tea and infusing it with things, okay? It's a little bit of a metaphor here. When you infuse the tea, the water with the water was missing the tea. The water,
yes.
whatever you infuse something with, it was missing that, so you've infused it. My body, I was born without certain proteins. So we
Oh,
just realized that after 50, almost 54 years. 50, what year? Well, I don't even know how old I am. 54, but whatever. Anyway, we've just realized this. So now I'm getting these infusions. I'm getting what's called gamma globulin, and they're now putting back in to me what I needed all along.
gamma globule.
Glob, yeah, it's like this
Well,
little
it sounds
goblin.
nasty.
Yeah,
Gamma globulin. Globulin or globulin?
globulin. Yeah, so I get infused with these. I get a little bit of a fever.
Wow.
I don't quite feel great. And now I know people are wondering, wait a minute, her hair was pink last time too. We'll get to that. Because I would be at this point, I'd be like, what happened there? Um, but they're going to be checking me. I have some blood work out there so I can check to make sure I'm going on the right track with all of this. I mean, I've seen I'm going to be singing advanced lung, thoracic, and vascular surgeons, but I'm on the right track now. So it's all good. It's
How
all
did
good.
you get to this track and what made you trust whoever's doing this?
Well, remember that episode? Everyone can remember the episode, our first one, I think it was, where I went and I had somebody, I was so desperate to pee. I finally hauled myself into the emergency room because nobody was paying attention to me. I mean, I'll walk into a doctor's office, I'd be horrible pain. I'd be like, "Hi, everybody," ha ha, ha. And it's just not okay. So what I did was, I was like, I know I have stones. Hauled myself over to the emergency room across town, across the bridge, and I they took me seriously. And what they saw in my lungs and what they were seeing was like, wait, are you sure you're here for your bladder? Are you sure you're here for stones? Because we're seeing a lot of other stuff. And they put me on a track for other things.
Got it. Got it.
Plus, I love my new rheumatologist. So
Interesting that you discovered this through looking for something else, which is, I'm learning more and more from different people who I have conversations with that one stone unturned another stone, unturned
and
something else, and they ended up going on this journey that would not have happened had it not been for something else.
it literally was a stone. the when you say
Yeah, yeah,
so
my brain wasn't connecting those dots, but
yeah,
there you go.
there you go.
Okay. Now, you've had three, right?
Right.
Okay, now me and I'm sure our viewers, what exactly do they do? We got the gamma globulins. How do they get in your body?
Okay, so first they prep me with some Tylenol and steroids, prednisone, like, but that's in a. I take the Tylenol and they set me up with an IV,
So
and
the
you're told to
Tylenol's in the IV, or you take
no Tylenol is by mouth, and but the steroids and the gamma globulin are by IV, and
that?
yeah, so I sit there for 4 hours. I have my phone or I have a audiobook or they have to titrate it very, in the amount of time it's supposed to. You can't just let the thing go and
So, in
uh,
other words, it takes 4 hours to get it in your body, or
yeah, to get it in my
you have
body.
to do it. They monitor it, you put more in, they monitor it, you put more in. So it's a gradual process.
Yeah, they time it out. So I can go a little faster every like half an hour, but it takes about 4 hours total.
And
Yeah,
you've had how often do you go?
every month for this. Yeah,
Okay. And this
once a
is the
month.
third month.
Right.
And have you had trackable progress or trackable, yeah, I guess trackable progress of everything?
Not yet. But it didn't take me a day to get to the health I'm at right now. So
So
I'm
you
just grateful.
noticed the difference within yourself, the way you felt.
No, I haven't noticed yet,
You've not.
but I'm not gonna think it's not happening because my health has not been great for a long time. So I'm not gonna assume it's just gonna be great overnight. I didn't get this way that I got overnight. It
Right.
was from a lot of lack of care for, I don't even know how to say it. So
Do you think that there are people that wander around feeling a certain way without realizing that they are actually that bad?
me, yes, I do.
Well, I mean,
Because
this is why I asked the
yeah,
question
I
that some
do.
folks
I
we can
absolutely.
go through life thinking we're okay, everything's fine and dandy, and then until you feel better, you realize, God, I had no idea I felt like that.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely do. But when you start to feel better, I I mean, I've got a lot of energy. Anybody who knows me, I've got a lot of energy. Can you imagine me with even more energy?
Yes.
You're like, no.
Well, and I say that because I mean, health without your health, we don't really have a whole lot,
Right.
anybody. And I for one have neglected in my younger years um, some of the things I did to my body, and I'm grateful that my body didn't give up on me, it just kept going. However, I am now, cognizant of the fact that, whoa, without your good health, what have you got?
Correct. But the body is such a miraculous thing.
For sure. I mean, every
Uh,
cell rejuvenates, regenerates itself. Do you think it also has to do with someone's attitude towards their health?
for sure. Absolutely. All my doctors will say, your mind is not connected to what's really happening. And I'm like, no, it's not, never has been. But I don't plan on it
You
being
mean the
there.
way you think is not connected with what's really going on?
Right.
Correct. Well,
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
And is that a conscious choice, or that's just the way you are?
That's the way I am. But when I start to think, wow, but then I make it a conscious choice.
Yeah.
I just I don't want to think about what's really happening. And that's not pushing things off or being what do they call it when you're toxic positivity or
Well,
anything like that. It's
you've mentioned that people have said you are
yeah. It's just yeah.
toxic positivity.
Yeah, I mean, I really do have 6 planets in Sag, so in Sagittarius, which even Jupiter's in my Sag. Everything's just clumped together in a nice stellium there. And we'll talk about that in a whole nother day. That's when you have a lot of placements in one sign. Mine just happens to be Sag. It's a very joyful sign.
I'm giggling because what I know about Sagittarius is that's like the loopy sign of the zodiac.
Maybe
Not loopy as in not loopy as in stupid and
no
loopy out there, looped around, loop de loop de loop. Off they go.
Yeah, well, there. I mean, plus I have Pisces a lot. I have Neptune right sitting on my sun, and I'm Pisces rising. So yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, and Pisces is another one of those signs that's interesting
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah. Well,
so you went up to North Carolina. You helped your child.
yes.
Let's be clear. Do what did she do? She opened a business.
Yeah. Athena's opening a business for a antique boutique. So there's a mall. I guess it's a building that has a whole bunch of different antique booths, and they set theirs up, and it's beautiful.
I think we should tell people that don't know that your child is a grown person. It's not a 12-year-old.
Yeah, Athena's not a 12-year-old. Yeah.
No. And how is it going? Have you heard how it's doing?
People have gone in there even without pricing on things, and in the middle of them painting, it's wonderful. Yeah.
So while you were there, people were asking about prices of things.
Yeah, I was getting ready to leave, but people had already started asking. Right.
Wow. Good.
Good.
Good. Well, that's what I would consider hopeful.
It's called the Funkatorium.
That's the name of her booth. Well, you don't really need to know what goes on in the Funkatorium to know that it's a funky little place to hang out.
That's right.
It's kind of cool. It is kind of cool. Yeah. All right. So what else is going on? Where are the planets this week? Mercury is going retrograde
I just
tomorrow.
wanted to tell everybody I did color my hair. I did take the color out of my hair because when I did it, let's just talk about that real quick, and then we can go to. I did the pink because when I was 6 years ago, when I was told my lungs were scarring, I decided to live in my joy. I at first I colored it fuchsia, almost like this, almost like that. Yeah. And then it got blue. Yeah. Then I'm not coloring my hair blue. Don't worry. Not that there's a problem with the blue, but on me, I think I love the pink.
I think you're bipolar.
Yeah. I decided that it was not my story anymore. And I wanted to change the neuroplasticity in my brain to get it out of, I did the pink because of if my lungs were going to scar and maybe someday I was going to die of them turning into rocks, I was just going to live my joy. I decided that was not my story. So I made it blonde, and I might go pink. I love the pink, but it won't be that story. It will be because I love having pink hair, and I'm vibrant, and I just enjoy having pink hair. There's not going to be any story attached to it.
It's interesting. We talked earlier about, I'm learning to embrace and really truly like the art of transformation. We've spoken in other videos about drag and how watching somebody put on over accentuated makeup, and then comes the wig, and then comes the outfit, and then emerges a
completely different person.
Yeah, leading me to that's been a fascination of mine since I was a child, and I think it started because is this a man as a woman, as a woman as a man? But that was way back in the 70s, probably before that. Now it seems to be more widely embraced. But the one
Yeah.
thing I've noticed,
Don't you think kids all embrace that? We all play dress up when we're little.
well, that was about what I was
Yeah.
about to say. There's something that happens, obviously, in development that, when you're little, you go to Disney World, you go to a theme park, you go watch a movie, you go see a cartoon, and you, as a child, you know, go outside with your friends and you become whoever it is you want to become. You're play acting, you're putting on a show. And of course, adolescence comes, teenage years comes, and all of that then has to make way for growing up, getting mature, going to college, doing the whole education thing.
Yeah.
What's interesting now, and has been maybe for the last 15, 20 years, is that young folks between, I would say, college age and even in their early 40s are embracing this costume. They call it cosplay, which, everybody looked forward to Halloween for the whole year. Now, Halloween could be as often as you want to open the closet and pull an outfit out.
Everybody loves cosplay. It's huge. The industry is ginormous.
And it's always framed around fun.
Yes, and because it is fun, and people go to events, and not only do they go see people, they dress up.
Well, that's what I have been embracing little by little by little. And there's a part of my 63-year-old self that's saying, and I often think, have you lost your loving mind doing this nonsense? I mean, because, I think ageism is what I'm now trying to embrace. I haven't always, obviously, but now I'm thinking, how does it look? Does it look ridiculous for someone to be, well, in their 60s? And I'm trying to find references,
What makes you think anything? What makes you think it looks ridiculous? I don't think it does, but I'm a kid at heart.
There is a large part of me that doesn't think it looks ridiculous because I don't think people, doesn't matter what other people want to do. If they
Correct.
want to go out and have a good time, it isn't ridiculous. However, there is this thing we all, I don't know if it's struggle, is a challenge to wear what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. Does that make sense? I think
Sure.
my fear is I don't want to be judged.
Nobody wants to be judged, but I
Right.
think the thing I have found the biggest in my life is everybody's worried about what somebody's going to say about them.
Yes. Yes.
But everybody's worried about what. So if you're worried about what people are going to say about you, and I'm worried about what people are going to say about me, and he's worried about what people are going to say about him, and she's worried about then that leaves like this big space in the middle that nobody's really worried about what you're doing, and nobody's really worried about what I'm doing, because we're all worried about what other people are thinking about us.
Well,
And nobody's really worried about what we're thinking they're worried about anyway. Really? I mean, does that make sense?
it does. I mean, it all makes sense, which then leads me to my other little, what would you call it, an indulgence? Remember, did I tell you I ordered a bunch of makeup brushes?
Yes, you did.
Well, here they are. There's a whole box of them, right? But what's interesting about this is this company, Trixie Cosmetics, wraps every box in this bright yellow tissue paper, which
I love that yellow.
bright yellow is
I'm not
my
a yellow
favorite.
person.
Are you or you're not?
I'm not usually. I love that yellow though.
But each box has been individually wrapped in this yellow paper. I'm like, I don't want to spend it. Oh, and look, I mean, it's just, and so I'm thinking, this is what led me down the rabbit hole of why did I do this? What is all this? But look at all these brushes, all these individual brushes. And these, I mean, just crazy. And then I didn't know why, but and this is Trixie. You know Trixie, right?
Oh, yes, yes. I think everybody knows who that is. Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. But look at
Uh-huh.
this. This is so cool. They come in this little, I mean, I just think, okay, I mean, really, a 63
Who
year old
knows?
man.
Maybe if we ask nice enough, Trixie will want to come on our show and talk to us about. Look at that.
So
Yeah,
this is what you put the brushes in.
I love those kind of holders.
But so this was with what the brush set came with it, but it didn't say in the description that it came with it. So when it arrived, there was two of these things. I'm like, oh, there's another one. So if they don't fit in this, then I've got two. But if they do fit in this, but then there's all, I mean, sorry, I'm being overly indulgent in this. The care that went into wrapping this,
Yeah.
the care that went into doing this, and then these stickers, like who this belongs to. It's just stuff like this. Has a palette. I don't know if we've got this one. There's a palette in the makeup, in the cosmetics. There's Teletubbies. Like, who in the world is a set of eyeshadows after the Teletubbies? Like, that's unheard of. So this one, I feel like I should just rip this paper up, but it's too pretty to rip up. And I'm frightened I'm going to miss one of these.
Yeah, don't do that because you might miss something in there.
Something in there. Now, this is all wrapped up within an inch, but again, wrapped up within an inch of its life. So none of the eyeshadows inside the box. Great. Like, this is crazy. And I know we're taking up all kinds of
time. No. I bet you they're beautifully pigmented too.
This is called Girl Talk.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Girl Talk. Now I got to get this open. This is going to be a bit of a problem. No, it's not. Here we go. I love this. I just love this. Love all the packaging. And then here.
Look at that.
It's just so much fun. So much fun.
And they're glittery. Oh.
Well, there's a few that are glittery.
Yep. I saw that.
Lights Out. What's it called? Dear Diary, MASH, Sugar Rush, whatever, little Sis, Speed Dial, Cookies. Oh no, Cooties.
Cooties.
That's what it says, Cooties.
I know, because I'm laughing because
the screen called Cooties.
We all did that circle, circle, dot, dot, dot. Now I got the cootie shot. You don't remember that?
I didn't go to school here. I don't remember that. I remember in my primary school, you lined up against the hallway and the nurse Ratchet came along and you just didn't have a choice. You walked in there and jab, off you go. And whatever it was you gave, whatever.
No, this was for boys. If you liked a boy or you went circle, circle, dot, dot, dot. Now I got the cootie shot. You didn't want, like if people you didn't want to come near you, or I don't even know why we did it actually. It was such a weird kind of thing, but kids do those kind of things.
They do?
I think, yeah. Were you a serious kid?
Was I a serious kid? No. I went to a small school, a church school.
I did too.
Yeah. It was part of the education, the county education thing, but it was just in the village. And then at 11 years old, we have to sit this test. It was called an 11 years plus. Depending on what you scored, depended on what school you went to next. Like here you have middle school.
Horrible.
Well, here you have middle school. But there, if you passed the test, you went to grammar school. If you failed it, you went to secondary modern. So I went to secondary modern, which was a bit bigger school in the next town over with a lot more kids. So that's when, well, first of all, I did not like grade school at all. I don't think it mattered whether I went at 5 years old, which is when I had to go, or all the way up to when I was 15, hated it. I didn't like any of it. I didn't like, well, there were lessons I did like. Cooking.
Yeah, art, music.
PE.
All
of that. All of it. But the rest.
Lunch.
No.
Playground.
when the history person would write on the board
Uh,
and ask you to copy things down, why was my answer. If this has already happened, why am I having to learn it again? And why do I need to know what happened in the 16th, 17th century? We're never going to go back there again. What's the point of doing that? I mean, this was my kind of attitude towards academics. And I think I gave my I don't want to hog this whole time, but I gave
no, no.
my guidance counselor, like I did typing and office practice. I was a really good secretary at school because I could type 120 words a minute and file all kinds of things. Like there was clearly avenues I was going down that made sense to me, but to the academic people, yeah, no, not a whole lot. I know I sat my O levels, which is ordinary level of education. I had no clue what any of these questions were on this exam, no clue whatsoever. And, I'd get home and my parents were like, how did you get on in your exams? No clue. And that's what I was basically no clue. I hadn't got a clue. My mother, bless her, I love her. I love my 88-year-old mum. She said, Kevin, what are you going to do? How are you going to make a living? I'm going to do hair. Oh, okay. What qualifications do you need to do hair? You just got to show up and be good at it. And that's basically what I did.
Well, here you have to have at least a high school or GED or something like that.
But that's because you go into college to learn it. I went and learned it in a
no. Well, no, it's a hair school, but you still need a high school.
But it's a school.
Yeah, it's a school.
Yeah, this was a salon where people got their hair done and people taught you as they were doing people's hair.
Yeah, I think it's a trade I think should be taught by it's a trade. Yeah.
I think I had that sense at 14, 15 that this was what I had to do because there was no other option. This is it. And so that gave me that determination. But I also liked it. I also enjoyed it.
Oh, I loved hair. Yeah.
I still do it. Hello.
Yeah.
Now I appreciate it because I do it on my terms, which sounds a bit arrogant. But
no. Listen, everybody should be doing things on their terms. As long as you're not out to hurt somebody. No. But it's your life. It's your life.
Did you come up in the times where people brought a picture in?
Yes.
Yeah. Like I want my hair like that.
I've always covered the face.
You cover the face of the picture or the person?
The picture.
Oh God. And I was the assistant of some really sharp hairdressers who, if it didn't work, they were like, oh dear. Like, could you do this? Oh dear.
Because first time I cut my hair short, because in my mind's eye, I'm thinking, oh, my bangs are going to be that soft, flowy, Well, no, my hair ended up being like your teddy bear back there. Like it just went like this. Teddy bear I cannot cut my hair that short because it does not have, it's too dense. It's too thick. So if I cut any shorter than this, it will just, not. You have to be, people have to be sort of, I don't know, think what's going to look best on me. And I would hope that the hairdresser would say, oh no, that's not going to work.
But wouldn't look good on you?
I would hope somebody's going to tell me that.
I don't know. For the longest time now, nobody has a clue. Nobody has a clue. They would say they like their back this way, the sides that way, and the front that way, and this, and it does that. And it's like, well, that doesn't describe a hairdo. It just describes something that I don't even know looks like a hairstyle.
Right. I've seen some of those at the hair shows.
All right, so we should probably wrap this one up. And then what should we talk about next time and when?
I'm thinking I'll have pink hair again next time. We can talk about that. No.
Say what now?
I'll have pink hair next time, but
you think you will?
Maybe. Listen, I do things that's on the spur of the moment. This was spur of the moment.
I
Or is
like
it
it
growing?
though. I don't.
Is
I
it
I
growing
do
on you?
like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My fear
Okay.
is if you do pink and you think I wish I hadn't done it, then you got to get it out.
It's not that hard.
I do.
Not for me,
Here's the
anyway.
thing.
I don't want to. Hey, don't do your own hair at home, please. Don't just go through throwing bleach on your hair. This was done by a professional, me.
Well, who said they're going to go and do their hair at home
I don't
themselves?
know. Lots of people do their own hair at home.
But then they come and see us to put it right when it's gone wrong. Um, um, what was I going to say? Now I've lost my train of thought. Okay.
Okay.
What happens if you put it back pink and you realize, because you said something really valuable just now. You said something about when you did it, why you did it, and the reason you did it was you were at a different place. Now you're at this place, you're starting from a blank slate, from a blank color. What about if you embrace something else?
But I love the pink. And if I were to do it again, and I believe my skin tone goes with it, I believe it's just so it's full of love, is what it is.
Okay.
It's full of
Well, then
joy.
if you
And if
listen, I'm not telling you not to.
no, no, I know that.
Don't want you to regret it.
I might sit with this for a little bit and see what happens, but I ultimately I believe I will have pink hair again because I loved it so much. I do.
That doesn't look, I think when I first saw it, I thought that doesn't look like you. But I got so used to you with the
Pink.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like me when I shaved my beard off, people didn't know what to think about it. And even now, when I go back and look at pictures of myself with the beard, I don't know what to think. Because I'm like, I don't know if I like that or not like that. But
I like it both ways.
I had to keep coloring the beard because it's white. And again,
No.
the aging
Yeah.
thing, I am not ready for Santa Claus beard. No. And this to me is cleaner, it's fun, it's a pain in the backside to shave. I don't shave every day, but every other day. Um, and if I start getting into some of this stuff,
You have to be clean shaven, right?
well, no, I mean, there are
Or,
some people that do,
oh,
there
yeah,
are
I've
quite a
seen
few
one.
that
It had
do,
a full beard.
and the lashes and all this,
Yeah.
which, listen, I just, no, no. I want to I said I would commit to doing this for the summer, and I will. But even when I was had the beard, every week I was putting permanent hair color on my face to color it in. And then sometimes it would be a deeper color brown, and sometimes it would be a lighter color brown, and sometimes it would look red. Not that that's a problem. It was just inconsistent. I think that's
Right.
so. All right.
Yeah.
I think that it's a wrap from me. You got anything you want to add before we go?
I'm just so grateful to everybody for being here, for watching us, for
Yeah.
subscribing, for
Yeah.
sharing,
Yeah.
and I missed you. I missed everybody.
Are we at 100 subscribers yet?
I don't know. There's my cat.
I don't know
I
where we
don't
are.
know. I'm just really grateful that we have opportunity to do this.
Me too, for sure. And honestly, hand on heart, no word of a lie, it is vitally important for everyone to create some kind of positive, upbeat community of curiosity. Like, embracing the differences of opinions, embracing the differences of things we discover. I wouldn't have known about your infusions unless you shared it, or all of those things. These things truly, truly matter.
Well, yeah, thank you. One more thing about I mean, I don't like sharing a lot about myself to people. You know that.
Mm.
But we need each other.
Yes, even those who don't have people in their lives, like I don't, I'm single on my own, but I'm not lonely.
Right. But we need each other. And sometimes I think I can do this by myself. I can do this by myself. And that's an old story too.
You could do what by yourself?
Everything. I can do everything by myself. I can do this. But you know what? That's an old story. And we have communities and we love each other. And I wouldn't want you to do anything by yourself. I wouldn't want everybody to do it. But so why would I want myself to do it by myself?
All right. Here's
We'll
what I
do
want to do. You
we'll
tell
talk
me.
this. Yeah, go ahead.
This needs to be a subject that we shelve
Yes.
for the next one.
Yes.
And I like, because what I'm hearing now, what I'm feeling now is I can do this on my own. And that's not necessarily creating community. It is, there's something in that. Let me do it by myself.
No,
We do it on my own. And we'll save that
no,
for next time.
I'm telling everybody not to do that.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Joanna, I love you and I love
I love
everybody
you.
out there. And we will be back in not so long next time. Won't be 2 weeks. It'll be sooner than that. Sometime, maybe the weekend. We'll see.
Yeah. I
All
love
right.
you.
Sound good?
Okay.
All
Bye.
right then. All right. Bye.
Mwah.
Bye, everyone. Bye.